Let's hear about your first sellout here. You've been doing this for many years.
Well, it's the second one. The first year was a sellout, and they've come close every year, but this is a slam dunk. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. But I've always believed this was kind of the pirate ship show of this week, and but I've always laid with integrity and what I believed in and what entertained me. And a lot of people you wouldn't get to see otherwise are here tonight, and that means something. That means something to me. But it's a wonderful show. We ran through rehearsal this afternoon. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be good.
How did Connie Smith get a spot on the show?
I don't know. She's pretty good. She's pretty good.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
I'm Steven from Opry Live.
Hi, Steven.
Tell me what you got planned tonight, and also how the history of the Ryman and the Opry tradition informs what you wanted to do tonight.
Sure. Well, this was the first place I played a note of music in Nashville when I was a kid. This is my home show place. I've always claimed the Ryman as home, and this has kind of become the event of the year for me. Everything. This is Christmas Day for me, and tomorrow morning we start working on next year. But it's getting easier to book this show. For the first 2 or 3 years, I called all my friends. In the second and third year, everybody was going, is it going to stay? Is it going to, But I believed in this show, and this year, my friends really came, and it's for a wonderful cause. This is the mother church of country music, so it's a wonderful setting to help folks out from.
Sweet. Tell me about the cause this goes to tonight.
Well, it goes to Music Cares. It's a NARIS sponsored event. And Music Cares is kind of a war chest, if you will, for people within the music industry, in any arm of the music industry, people that get in trouble financially due to a loss of job or health issues, whether it's a hospital bill or not being able to pay prescriptions after you get out of the hospital, drug and alcohol treatment, those kind of things that a lot of people need but can't afford. Can one call with the right credentials, the Music Cares is a great neighbor.
It's going to feel a little bit like an old-time Opry of yore tonight?
A little bit, because there's so many people on the show. It is kind of an Opry-style show where we just kind of get in there. Oops.
That was me, sorry.
Everybody just kind of, we have a show scheduled. That doesn't mean it's going to go that way. But we absolutely are going to do an Opry-style show.
Thank you.
Talk about you're playing the Opry more these days, and also the new people that are coming into the Opry, what that means for the Opry and for the fans as well.
Well, I love the Grand Ole Opry. Everything that I've ever known in country music has come and gone in the last 40 years, for the most part. The Grand Ole Opry has remained an essential. It has remained a standard. And I find that it's time that people like me and Vince and Ricky Skaggs and Allison Krauss and Patty, it's our turn to step up and be the old timers, I guess. That's fine with me, because it's about passing it on. It's about carrying it on. And this past winter, I recommitted myself to the Grand Ole Opry, and I take my role out there seriously. I love it, and it's fine with me. It's fine with me because country music needs to move on from a roots level, because that's what keeps the chart alive. That's what keeps everything alive. The sustaining force of country music to me comes from the root source, and that is the Grand Ole Opry.
Talk about like Carrie and Josh and Charlie.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. We need Carrie Underwood. She brings somebody, an audience to the table that the Opry probably otherwise it would be hard to get to. Charlie Daniels brings a specific crowd to the Grand Ole Opry. He's an icon in America, and he brings a certain kind of American citizen to the Opry that has always gave the Opry some strength. Josh Turner, Dierks Bentley, those kind of folks, they have, a traditional-based heart, but they're also innovators, and I think it's great. The thing that I loved about the Opry when I first came here was that you were encouraged to bring who and what you were and where you came from, your culture, to the family, to the table. And as things kind of get homogenized out there, it's really great to see people with a personality and a certain stylistic value get heard. And the Opry's a great place to do that.
I noticed on the bill a little John Rich and Friends segment. What do you think? He seems to be everywhere these days. What do you think he brings to country music and setting it forward?
Well, I have a lot of respect for John. I have a lot of admiration for John Rich. He's a street fighter. He's a warrior. And while a lot of people are up in ivory towers He is too, but at the same time, he knows about the street. He keeps his ear to the heartbeat of the street and what's going on out there. He gives people chances out there on club dates and otherwise that would never get heard. And I went down and played a couple of nights with him at a honky tonk here, and he was letting people get up on stage that would probably never get a shot in Nashville, and giving them a fair ear and honest advice. So I told John, I said, bring whoever you want to bring. If you run into a guy on Lower Broadway that needs a place to sing tonight, bring him. So you never know with John.
Hi Marty, I'm Sharon Nassar with WVHL and George Jones University, and I'd love for you to talk about a passion that we both share, which is your love for country music history and about your exhibit at the airport.
Well, the exhibit is a photo exhibit that was a part of Sparkle and Twang at Tennessee State Museum. And I believe there are 40 images, Mary Hilliard?
I think a few more than that.
40 and change images that actually were taken out of my book, Country Music: The Masters. But I'm really proud because as Nashville has grown, the Titans have grown, and the hockey team, and the skyline has grown, and country music used to kind of have Nashville to itself. And now country music really has to beam a little harder to get the real message of country music out and remember that we're Music City, USA. And when I go somewhere, I want to shake hands with the real deal, what really comes from there and what's going on right now. And I feel like those images kind of give people a real handshake, an honest look into the face of what some of the people that helped make Nashville great. They're our greatest treasures, just the people in this town. And I'm really proud to be a part of this. The first association, as I understand it, with the arts company.